young people today, there is such a blank.
They don't know the meaning of earning a
Well,
dollar.
honestly, no. We sound like grumpy old people.
We are grumpy.
I'm very grumpy.
Yeah, me too.
Kids don't understand that music back in my day.
I have Doritos, potato chips. I have Funyuns all on my shoulder. Every chip is on my shoulder.
Me too.
Chex
And
Mix.
I'll tell you, it is.
We got them all.
But it's like, we were just saying, like when we go to a table read, like if you didn't nail it, like it was cut. Like lines were out. It wasn't like
Or you were cut.
right.
Yeah.
Literally.
Don't get me started.
I mean,
right now.
There were no
Please,
excuses.
Don't start with
I don't
me
care
right
if you're
now.
3 or 4. I don't care if you're 4. You're not doing it. We're cutting you down.
Don't
Or we're
start
cutting you
with
out.
me right now.
Isn't it crazy?
Because when I first started back on, working
Yes.
and had younger people underneath me, literally the parents were like, "Could you be a little bit nicer?" I said, "What?"
Yeah.
They were like, "'Cause they're young." I said, "So was I."
Yes.
And they were like, "Well, we care. I do too.
Yes.
But I got a job and so do they, and they're getting paid. Let's work. Why aren't you? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Isn't it incredible?
Literally, it's a different time now.
is, man.
Nowadays, you have massages during work hours. If you come to work late, it's okay. We'll call HR and have a therapist there to talk to you about
Isn't it
it.
unbelievable?
If you don't know your lines, are you okay? Like when I was growing up, you don't know your lines, either you're fired,
Yeah.
your paycheck gets docked, or you go home and get yelled at
I know.
because you're messing up the money for the family.
I know.
Of course.
They don't do that now.
They don't.
I'd get all
They don't.
3.
Look,
You're fired. Your paycheck is gone, and I'm yelling at you.
No,
it's true.
no,
I'm
I mean,
7.
No, it is. But
Yeah,
you know what's crazy though is that they're not preparing these young people for life, actually.
True.
Life. And the problem is, and I feel like we talk about this all the time. Everyone's always trying to do things better. Everyone's always trying to be better, right? And everything these ideas start out with good intentions. The problem is they have terrible implications, right?
Yeah.
Because you're not setting these young people up for success. I knew it. I knew we were in trouble when, regardless of elections or whatever, you don't like them or not, like bringing in crayons and puppies for college kids who don't like election results. Like, oh my God, what? I mean, this country has a history of hating election results. Once you start giving them puppies, like I need to feel this. I can't do finals. Like, oh my, it's over.
No,
it's over. I mean,
I was shocked.
How do we?
I was shocked. Charlie came up to me and she was like, "I'm really, really stressed out."
Charlie is Joe's eldest
Right.
daughter.
yeah.
Calm down. I was like, well, what's going on? She was like, well, I had to go into the break room at my school twice today. And I was like, wait, break room? She's
What's
like,
a break room?
When we get stressed out, there's a quiet,
break
cool room
Yep.
that you can go to
Go
de-stress.
sit
And
down
I
and
was
go take
like,
a nap.
that sounds
Wow.
pretty
Sounds
lucky there. I
nice.
mean, are you like,
Sounds like study
are,
hall.
are the kids? Yeah.
Isn't that what I
We
call
had
it?
a break room. I was gonna say we had a break room. It was detention. I know. So quiet in here, except for the other weirdo in the corner. What happened? I in class. Yeah. See ya. Happy to see ya.
So I was just shocked. I was like, that's not in my day. We get a
No,
little,
I mean it's
little
just
time out to
and
ourselves.
And the problem is, I just don't know where we go. Like, I just feel like now we're trying to outdo ourselves with how kind we can be. Like, how more. It's like, where do we go?
It's so funny when
Yeah.
Babes and I started working together in the industry. Something came across our desks, and she was like, "No, I don't want to." And I was like, "What'd you say?" She said, "No, we don't want to do that." I said, "You can say no." And she goes, "Yeah, of course you can say no." I said, "Really? That's allowed?" She was like,
interesting.
"What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Literally, I'm not allowed to say no if you are in the process of doing something. It just doesn't happen because the way that we're taught, if you don't say yes, they're going to give it to somebody else. If you don't do it right the first time, they're going to pick the worst time, and then you're never going to be big again. Like, it's the fear that was instilled in us is so different than now. Now it's like, I have a headache. Oh, sit down. But there's a multi-million-dollar photo shoot happening. It's okay. Take your time. It's like, what? I had to go when I was menstruating, when I was all kinds of things. No one gave a care about it at all.
No.
I had 104 fever and had on an IV filming this Disney movie, and they would literally take out the IV and throw me, and I'd wrestle, get slammed down. I'd walk back over during cut. They'd put the IV back in me. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Like, I had no
Literally,
excuse.
we were watching one of her old movies the other day because I had not seen it, and I was
Because we
like,
always watch them every night.
but
She makes us.
No,
I would
this is
say
our-
that. This is people are going to see this.
We send TikToks of Raven as a little girl back and forth to each other, and then we watch old movies that Raven was in. That's all we do all the time.
That's fantastic and creepy.
Yeah, right? Like, I'm
all
totally
good.
kidding. But we were watching it, and she goes, "Oh, this scene, I remember it only because I was so sick during it." And I was like, "I can tell you look congested." And she was like, "Yeah, I was."
Congestion has a look, you guys.
Yeah.
It's in scene
this.
B.
Those bags underneath your eyes.
You were
Congestion.
fine. It was the sinus. It was just draining. I was very congested.
I don't know why I added that part, but I was just like, I can definitely see that you were under the
Congestion.
weather. The congestion. I know you're sick face, babe. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But she was like, she couldn't remember the rest of the movie or filming, but she remembered that
I
specifically.
also
because-
disassociated half of my life.
Right.
I get
sure
it.
you guys
Point
understand.
was,
Of
is you were
course.
very
Of
sick
course.
and you were having to work through your sickness. And I understand. And I feel like it's really wonderful that you're at this table with these guys because I feel like this is going to be some kind of healing
It is.
moment and feeling seen and connected with everyone
Look-
because you guys had the same experience.
Yeah,
You
we
will
did.
caulk the chips, do a little sanding.
Yes,
You know?
smooth them off.
Exactly.
Yes, you'll come out of here
Yeah.
feeling
Crunch,
renewed, like a
crunch the
nice
Dorito.
personality loofah.
Exactly.
No, it's look, here's the thing. There is so much chatter, right? And it's always there's always the loudest voice in the room that sort of gets the attention.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah, but I feel like at the end of the day, I mean, the people that work hard, after all is said and done, they're gonna still be the ones standing because
And still working hard.
because these people that are not treated as such and are treated with such kid gloves, the first bit of turmoil, right? And at the end of the day, man, it's like you will fail.
Yeah.
Failure is part of the journey.
have
It's
to.
actually a lot of the journey.
No, it's the most important part of the journey. We
is.
don't learn when we succeed. We
That's
only
right.
learn when we fail.
That's right. That's exactly
just the human
You can
condition.
well,
No matter what.
You can have fun.
You
A
can
lot of
definitely
fun.
learn when
Do you
failing.
guys do you guys love what you do?
Majority of the time,
Majority
yes.
of the time, yes. We always say this too, is that, this whole, I mean, obviously, like, right, the whole business that we grew up in. I try to tell our dad all the time, right, because he's been selling insurance for years and does, life
He
plans.
kept his job.
Oh yeah, he does insurance, all this
Oh,
stuff.
wow,
So,
you guys have
so
grounded
but,
parents.
But he said, like
He cut to my dad and he's
Right,
like,
right.
in Vegas.
In a leopard robe. Let me tell you this life insurance policy.
My son bought me this Bentley. But and I'd be like, Dad, it's crazy because it'd be like I say it all the time. It's like if like Kobe or Michael, like you play basketball, and all of a sudden you wake up one day and they say, yeah, the goal is not to put it. We're not putting it in the hoop anymore. No one's dribbling because dribbling's too hard on the knees. So now we're just gonna walk it around the court, and then we shoot. It's like, how am I gonna play basketball?
we're gonna
if I
play
don't dribble?
tennis.
Right?
What? With a
right.
basketball?
No, and it's like
We
they-
redefine the
the
industry.
entire business that we grew up
Yeah.
in, the way you work, the way
Yeah,
you put
it's-
projects together, the way you audition. I mean, it's gone. It's the entire thing has changed, right? And they were obsessed with like, oh, the social media star, that'll be the one that can supplant the actor because
Didn't work.
We don't have to deal with their crap.
It's not a one-to-one.
It
No,
doesn't
it's not.
work.
They
It's
don't
not a
translate.
It
one-to-one.
doesn't work, and it doesn't. I mean, it has not.
You have the stars. You have those little, lightning in a bottle moments where,
You do.
yes, I credit those people who did make it. We have a couple
Absolutely.
of friends in
Yes.
the industry,
No,
but on
and
an
it's great.
overall,
Yes.
it is a different talent. It is a
is.
different
Yeah.
talent, and even for the talents that are coming up in our industry, the work ethic, and you don't go to school for it. They have not created a authentic school.
And wouldn't that be something
That
smart?
I want to do that so bad
That would
because
be
super cool,
it's
guys.
not just the talent; it's the work ethic
Yeah.
behind the camera. It's knowing how to. Like, I had a moment a long time ago. I was in a chicken suit. Let's just start there.
Perfect.
And I was running across a lot, and they were filming me at the time. And I
Oh,
fell.
not at Air One?
No, not at Air One. That's
Oh, got
another
it.
situation.
Got it.
And I fell, and they were like, "Cut!" I got up so quick and went to the director and said, "Why the did you cut? You fell. Are you okay?"
shit.
I said, "You missed that?
Would have been
You missed that?
There you go.
Totally.
What are you doing? Now
That
I have
was-
to fall again, but now it's not going to be the same because that was genuine.
Yeah.
That was old school comedy
There you go.
in the way where they would have never said cut.
Never.
I
That's a
was
great
done
example.
with
Right.
the rest of the season and literally got canceled a couple episodes after, and I was like, I'm fine with it
Yes.
because there is no understanding. Yes. yes, we might have more mental issues in the new generation coming up. However, we have a connection to our bodies, ourselves, our comedic timing, our energy, different than other people who literally put the boundaries up soon before they go through those hard moments.
100% correct.
It's ridiculous. I'll never forget that moment.
That is very poignant because that's a great example. Cut. What?
Me too.
You just killed it. Yeah. That was a comedic moment I could never recreate. An actual fall in a moment where a fall would work and I could use it.
In a chicken suit,
oh my God.
you guys. Feet up in the air, bleeding again, and I'm bleeding. You really didn't get it? I didn't even hurt myself for a good purpose.
Yeah, you could have moved on. It could have been one and done.
One and done.
See, I'm like, let him bleed. Don't cut. Don't cut.
That's the kind
Are they still breathing?
Yeah.
They are?
All right,
you know, we can give them mouth to mouth. Resuscitation after we cut.
I got to say this. Just watching you talk right now, from me sitting, from seeing you from such a young child to now, and seeing, and kind of, I mean, I'm not trying to tout our own horns here, but just looking around this table going, wow, you know, we're going to be stepping into those roles as being like
the mentors,
the people who know what to do in this industry. And it's so wild to look around this table knowing all you for so young. I mean, obviously,
no, I've known Miranda for a long time.
But you guys have, and to be honest, now I'm starting to remember because I did meet you, actually.
He went to Campbell Hall and used to come down and hang out.
I remember.
Really?
Yeah, I remember. I've got a picture of you now with a young girl's face in my mind, so I know that I actually have.
You look the same.
Sorry.
You haven't changed.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, you know what? She loves that. She sits with her red mask on for 4
Was
hours.
it good? Everyone?
Does it work?
Got called
It must work.
See, babes, I got you an in. Look at that.
Yeah, I love that thing.
Thank you so much for watching this clip of the Brotherly Love Podcast.
And for exclusive weekly bonus content, join our Patreon right now.
That's right, there's a link in the description for that too. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thanks.